Freak out! Bam, bam, bam. Man, fucking glue works. Beautiful, pure straightness. Oh. It's always better to leave more glue on here. I'm seeing. This thing come back or do I gotta go back out? It surprised me to how many times I've had to press this little fucking button I got on my chest here. Every time I have an episode, I gotta press that button and then log it, what happened and what time, so they don't have to go through days and days and hours of footage or whatever the fuck. Oh, mamma mia. I think we might end on the Bridgeport. We'll see what happens. We'll get these glued up. I think it'd be easier for me to put that in the Bridgeport and make a little wooden catch there so I can put the cabinet door right on there, pull it down, flip it, pull it down. It'd be so much faster. And at the rate I'm going, I need all the speed I can get. My brains just don't work like they used to, and it really is driving me nuts. I forget every fucking thing. And not like normal, oh, I forgot my keys type of shit. It's bad enough I can't drink because I get too sick. Fuck, man. I don't know. This is gonna come off. Ah, you fucker. I can't get this son of a bitch off. Well, maybe we got enough in there to finish. Fuck. What's going on? Ooh, not gonna happen. I think I heated this up last time to get it off. Only complaint I have about this is trying to get the son of a bitch off if you left the top open. Little heat does it every time. Man, not too hot. Why is that torch so hot? At one time I had left this for like a year, I didn't do nothing with it. And all the glue I had in there turned into frickin' smudge. That sucked too. I need to get a new ring for this inside of here. I got this from an old man that went to jail. I bought this from a guy that went to jail for selling 187 tons of marijuana. Believe that. The conspiracy. 187 tons. You could look him up if I give you his name. That's a lot of damn weed. That's Escobar type shit. I know the supplier that supplied the guy that supplied the guy that supplied you. Oh, I hope we don't have to make any more of these, but I think we will. This is crooked. So, 23, I don't know where the hell none of these go. And there's quite a few of these that are rocky Balboas. Damn it. And that sucks. And maybe I should just redo these. Because look at both of them are the ones with the pith in them. That's why I've been having so much problems. I've been using just every little scrap piece. So let's make these. We'll put all these up here and we'll make all the ones we need because this is it. This is it. If this ain't love, you better let me know. And this one can get glued up. So, do this one. Can you imagine? I did half as much time as a guy that got sentenced by the feds for 187 tons of weed. How is that fucking justified? I had 3 grams of dope. He had 187 tons on his fucking rap sheet. I don't think that's very fair. Tell you the truth of it. What's going on here? Let me see if we can take this a little bit down without having to make a new one here. What did I just do? How was that one? Does that work on here? My brains are crazy. No, that's the wrong one. But we need 2 of these. This one is goofy. Oh, that one's split too. Look at that. You son of a... Well, let's see, are the rest of these good? Come on, man. What a fucking shit show. That one's junk. Why does it cost so much to have that spalted lumber done? That one too? Damn it. What I could do is just do them all. I will. I'll just do them all, and then that way. this way here. Almost got it all out with that one pass. These don't like to stay on there, that's why I don't like using them. Do them all, do them all. I'll explain what I'm doing exactly here on this next one. I trust my hands more than I trust this damn thing. Show you on this one. So these, they got a twist in them. This one not so much, well, a little bit right there. You can barely see it. But what you gotta do is you gotta run one side through. So we're gonna run this side. That's going to make that side completely flat. But to get it square, now you got to hold it to this fence and run it through flat to that fence. Now we got these two sides square, so we flip this way. Now we got three sides square. This is a little more tricky because you got to make sure that this little short edge is always flat up against there. See how that clicks on me? That thing will take your hand right down to the nub. So now that's completely four-sided square off here. And those sides will be rocking or bowing, or convex or concave. This one, I think I just did this. Oh yeah, this one's got it too. This one is curved like this. So what we do, I can show you a little bit here. You can see on this fence it's perfectly flat. See how you can see under there? It's not only concaved or convex, depending on how it is, but it's also twisted. So I'll show you exactly how I'm going to get that out. I'm not going to use that piece, but I'll use it to demonstrate. And I don't have my little square down here, so we got to run one side down. We're not going to put a lot of pressure on it because we're trying to get that bow out. So I'm going to do it like this first instead of like this, because otherwise then you got a teeter-totter. At least you got two flat points on here this way. So we're gonna grab it up closer, that way you're not putting pressure where you don't want it. And I keep spitting on this to get grabbing. See, you didn't hear it hit in the middle. You gotta do it again. We're gonna flip it around this time. You should flip it every time when it's that much of a bobble in it. Let me show you. That was 2 passes. And really I'm cutting less than a 1/16 off of here. So now it's down that much. There, we got it all the way flat now. The problem is going to be with the other side though. That's why you're better off to just start with a different piece, because by the time we get this down flat, it's going to be too small for what we need. We do this side the same way, but the big rock in it. Hit either side. Oh, now we should hear it all the way. Yep. But now that it's perfectly square and flat, you probably can't tell, but now it's going to be too skinny for what we need it for. Well, if we run them all through, it won't be. I thought it would be more skinny than that. closer to my home. I guess we're doing them all. Getting closer to my home. Mama. Put my gun. so. Ooh, look at that. How's it flat on this side and not on that side? So let's go like this. Both sides of this. And then we'll try to push it up here. Find out which edge it needs. I don't know about this one. The good thing is, they're mine, so we can get away with a lot. Oh. I think we did this one already. Let me check. Did this one too? We did that one too. All the sides are there. I think that's enough. These are. I'm completely lost on where we're at with all these. So that's nothing new for my brain. You gotta do them all. Fuck it. We got some wobble in it. So we're going to put one in the middle and just press down. Look it up. Got it. Yeah, that wheelie. No more wheelie. I can tell where it hit. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. You can see where it left off right here. It's almost hit that again. We're gonna leave it. You see that one missed right there. Good enough. I would, however, do that to every single one, and I would have done this more of a process had someone be paying me for this. But nobody's paying me for it. So we'll get these glued up, and we'll probably get some on today for sure. What's going on here? What are these ones? Are these for here? Is that what them are? Sure is. Damn, I'm gonna glue these up, and then we're gonna go through all the other ones and see exactly which ones that I'm missing. These are Ah, damn it. We'll do that after we glue these up. Because the only way to find out what cabinet I need for where is to finish these ones. Otherwise, I'll be fucking measuring 30 times and forgetting 7 times. So, up, down. We're going to flip this around. Up, down, up, down. Up, down, turn around. That one looks long too. Why does that one look long? Man, that one's real thick on that side. Look. Something's wrong with the world today. I don't know what. So, what are these guys? Why is that one a little bit longer? Because it's the one that I cut. Those? Who knows? 23. Fuck it. Let's glue these up. Right here, 4-wheeling. That would have been me back there in the day pissing landowners off. Fuck you, I can come on this land. Fuck off. You don't own shit. That's why I don't really care if people come on my land, if they're wrecking shit. The problem with today's world is you can sue the landowner if you get hurt on it. You know? What the fuck is that? These fucking insurance companies and everything else, we need to go after these pricks as a people and take their fucking jobs from them because they're just doing their job, you know? I'm just doing my job. Making all the prices go out the range for the common man. To do any goddamn thing. This one here, I don't know about this one here. We're gonna have to blow on the end of it and get the glue down in there. There's a big crack right here. We grab the blowgun. See if we can't get that to go in there. Fuck it. That's what I said. see these protesters are holding up signs that say, "You can't trespass on stolen land." Well, it was conquered, guys. There's a difference. There's a difference between stolen land and conquered land, unfortunately. And who knows what kind of treaties were crossed. I'm sure they were. The U.S. is known for doing bogus shit, so. And it ain't us. It ain't the common man. It's all these rich assholes that are doing all that. So I hate when they say, "Oh, the U.S." No, it ain't the U.S. It's our crooked officials that are screwing everyone. It ain't us. It's not me, Mom. Oh, that bounce up. Come on. Crooked officials. Oh, did we get it? Not in time? Damn it. Owie, owie, owie. Oh, damn. Can I get it with this real quick? Fuck no. Come on, baby, light my fire. Just like Panama. Panama was a treaty, you know, but they defaulted on the treaty by giving it to somebody else, the Chinese. What do you do? We just go out there and start fighting for land again as individuals. This is my land now. Fuck you and your friends if you got them. Let's leave this cold for a second. Those all look decent. It looks a little screwy. Back a little bit. I messed up a little bit with this because of the, what the fuck? I got screw heads sticking out like a jackass. But if you watch my last videos, you see that it don't take long for this glue to set up. So if you get it all pinned in there, it'll work out. It'll work out. Yeah, okay. Up, down, up, down, up. Down, up, down. I got a couple more there that we gotta do, so maybe we'll glue them up. Try to place these perfectly together, that because last time I did this I went to separate them and they were already set up. Here comes the wind. 38 degrees this morning. Or 28. 38 or 28, I don't remember now. But it was cold. And my wood boiler stopped on me. And I don't dare switch it with one over here because then I'll lose glycol because I know that one's junk. And I don't got thousands of dollars for a wood boiler. I wish I could. I wish I did. I wish I could go back to work tomorrow, but I got something eating my brains. For real. That's why it freaking takes so long for me to do this one small little job. It really sucks. Imagine having the ability to do pretty much anything and do it well without even really thinking about it. And then all of a sudden you can't even think about it and do it well. That's what's happening to me. Oh well, that happens. Mama! Damn you. It's Mama's Day. It's Mama's Day, guys. So everyone go and tell their mom, Mama! Do it for me. Say, this fucking guy said I had to call you up and say, Mama! Alright, that's good enough. Let's just take a look at these real quick and see what the hell they are. They're 28 inches if you glue them up. I don't remember. Oh, some of them are a lot thicker than the other. 23. Yeah, that's 23. That will work. So, yeah, that will work. That one's crooked. Alright, let's take these over to the planer. We're going to send them, well, I guess we could glue them first. Fuck. Let's make sure these are all straight. See, they go together pretty well when everything is perfectly straight, but we'll test them all. Straight-ish. guide coat is really awesome for doing this kind of stuff. You can see I keep getting stuck here and there, and this stuff saves the day. Let's see what this one is. That's a straight one too, so them ones we did. Those are the skinny ones too, so. That one's got a rock to it. What the hell did I do? Kick the cord? What's going on? What the hell? What? There's not a whole lot of rock there, but there's enough. I don't know if you guys can see it. Just enough to piss a guy off. Not only that, if your two sides aren't square to each other, when you stack these up, it'll want to go off a little bit, you know. So you want to make sure they're all straight. That's all I'm doing. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you can see that edge is sticking up right there? That's what I'm looking for, and the reason it's doing that is because right there's a knot. I don't want to take that one down any further, so we're going to live with it. See that? See how it's up off there? It should look like this. Flat. And when I go on the side, I can see that from above. That's gonna be plenty good. Oh, damn it, I did it again. Oh, I did it 2 times in a row. When you drop your pieces of wood, then it dents the ends like that. That sucks. We'll put that on the end. We'll put it on the edge, okay? Damn it. Can we get these? We can take that off because our glue is gonna be set. But we're gonna put this guy on there because of the wonderful things he does. All right, let's do this one over here, and then we'll start. We still got to router all these edges. All right, that one. Let's see. Up, down, up. Fucking junk. Got the. Eesh, I don't know. Wow, that one's really skinny, eh? And I might run this through the planer quick. Yep, this one's the smallest, so we'll run these through the planer quick. Make sure we get some good snipe action on these. Damn it. I'm trying not to have to cut these all over again. So what I'm doing is kind of screwballish. I don't know what the fuck this one was for. That's got a good wobble in it. So what I'll do, what's going on here? This is all messed up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this thinnest one, and I'll send it through here. all the same size. Let's check them out. Oh yeah. I'll put you over here. Kind of rudimentary what I'm doing with these, but I'm getting my point across, I think, anyway. So what if some cabinets are gonna be a little skinnier than the other? Nobody's ever gonna measure that. Oh, this one's an eighth different. Nobody. And if you do, well, I'm gonna take that fucking tape measure, jam it up your ass. Okay? Just saying. Alright, let's glue these up. Don't you judge me! Yeah, this one's a little on the skinny side. This is an actual 3/4 now. Whoops. Get glue all over the place. The girls are on the beach. I'm over here trying to get this done. And we're gonna start working on something over there. I don't know what yet. I really would like to do a tree house, but I really would like to do a 4-season room too, but so do I do a 4-season tree house with heat and stuff like that? And then we want to do that bathhouse too. That old ass bathhouse is over 100 years old over there that the loggers used to use. Used to be her family. I haven't quite decided yet. Got glue all over that one, man. Yeah, see how nice that went together? Fuck. Fucking shit, man. Fucking A, bro. Nice and flat, beautiful. Done. All right, put the cap back on here, Jimmy. All right, so we need a prayer. I need my sharper saw is what I need. That one almost screwed me the other day. I'm gonna find a, oh, they're both on the floor right there. Maybe one of these is sharp. See, this one's got a little bit of a buckle in it. Straighten out though. Yep, that's fine. Put the hinges on it, it'll be fine. Here's the hinges we're gonna be using. They're soft open and close, but they're dirty. Oh, which one of you is not like the other? This one. Alright, let's grab this guy. I almost gotta go through the I say fuck it. That's why I say fuck it. So, what do we got here? Three and a half. One, two, 3.5. Three and a half. Will it work this time without screwing everything up? Probably not. Freehand this song. Mama! Rookie. Alright, so these two doors we made 29 1/16 by 19. So, what do we got here? 19 and 19 is 38. Is that what that is? Oh no! What happened? What is happening? This one? No, these are 19. Okay, these and these are them tall doors. What the fuck are these then? Oh, man. Well, you know what we'll do? Let's square this piece up anyway. And then we'll get Oh, that, what? Hang on a minute. We didn't cut that edge. 19. Oh boy. That's craziness. One of these things are not like the other. If you get enough garbage everywhere, you'll forget what the fuck you're doing. Alright, so these are perfectly cut. This one I'm looking at right here. Not only is it not perfectly cut, but it's got glue on it too. So what happened there, buddy? What did I do? I don't have a clue. That's my new MO. This is got two seams there and here. So this has been glued twice. So that's a plus. We just gotta straighten this edge up. That edge is screwy too, eh? Oh no. That's gonna be hard. This one is screwy too on this edge. Oh, so these are two glue ups there. That's what happened. Because I'm supposed to cut this one into thirds and run it through the planer and glue it up again. That's what it is. We aren't going to do that though. We're just going to run it because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And this one, I'm not quite sure what that is. But that don't look great either. So we'll get all these ones that are decent done and put up. And we'll go from there. But these two edges definitely got to get... You know what I can do though? Let's do this. We'll square them up and we'll run them on the joiner. Because the joiner actually, it might chip off one of these edges, but what you do is you clamp a block of wood on there, so when you run it through, it won't tear that, it'll tear your block of wood instead. So let's square this up. Oh yeah, she's a beauty. She is beautiful. What if I could do this on the... We'll see what happens here. I gotta check both sides of this. That's almost worth cutting a little bit off of the saw. Yeah, that's what happened. Because I cut all these the size and then realized it wasn't gonna work. Asshole. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. So we'll take that side to the joiner. Let's do that real quick. Well, we'll do both of these. And then we'll go on to the joiner. I think this one is pretty close. I could be wrong though. We could join them. So that one's got to go on the joiner. That one's got to go in the joiner. These are the ones we just cut. They're beautiful, of course. Oh, that one's definitely not working. Yeah, see, this one's still got large pieces. So that's definitely not. What is this one? 23 by 14. Yeah, that was that short-sided one. We can add a piece though to this, clean it up. Not a problem. We'll use this and we'll use that and we'll get it done. Oh. Good thing then we'll glue it up. Let's go back to the joiner here. Dang me. And I'll put these big tall buggers. Oh, what is going on here now? All right, let's see. Let's see. We're gonna empty that bag. Now I should put a block of wood on this, but I'm not gonna. Do that. Now the reason I can do that is because this is a helical head. If that was a straight blade head, it would have been loud as shit and probably chipped it all up. But those ones kind of cut instead of scoop. They slice as well. So, all right. Let's take this. And we'll hit this. Well, let's go over here, damn it. Get these on the table saw. Now we got two straight edges, so we can square this up this way, and then we can figure out what we got to do for the other side. So these are going to be, and it did chip that edge off, 19. What's our smallest one here? 19? 19. I gotta put some spray on this. Let's see what we got. top. Parallelogram. I'm going to do these ones too. You weren't that far off. So now we gotta find square. I believe these are square. 29 and a 16. So, what do we got here? 29 and an 8 heavy. Ways we can do this. I can actually do this on that joiner there, or I can do it. Yeah, we're going to do it like this. I'm going to freehand it and then join it. I'll freehand it, join it, and then we'll cut that edge on the goddamn dig. That one's right on. I just got to square these up. You guys over here. 29 and 16. That don't seem right. Something wrong. Okay then. So these are all for the big island doors. We're gonna go ahead and router these up and be done with it. These ones, we're just doing tops and bottoms now. We're gonna router the whole edge, but then we're just gonna cove the back of it out, because I found out last time that I didn't make the cabinets big enough. So that's gonna be a fun fact. So that is the take them out, or let's take this out. Damn, I gotta find my crescent wrench now. Big dog, here it is. So, crescent wrench. What size is it? Ooh, inch, 1 inch. Nobody's gonna see me do this anyway. You don't tell, I won't tell, okay? We use this guy first. You really shouldn't use channel locks on here. Only a stooge would do something like that. Alright. So, let's see where we're at. Let's see where we're at. Where did I do with those 2 drills that I brought? You don't need to fight to prove you're right. Why don't you tell that to Putin? Yeah. We're all wasted. Bow, bow. It's pretty funny how the same problems happen decade after decade all across the world. Pretty funny how that works. All right, we gotta change this bag real quick or I'm gonna be mad at myself. I'm gonna pop this out. This thing's spinning, 2 big flaps in there. Oh, you fucking roach. Let me take this out. Oh, nice. Okay, do that really quick. Let's get another bag. What is this bag? What is in here? Sawdust. Why is there a little bit of sawdust right here? Ooh. I need to set up a ground on here too. I just haven't. And then it takes that static electricity out of there. Let's see. You don't need to fight to prove you're right. Yes, you do. Of course you do. Everybody's doing it. So I read a lot now that I'm half retarded. And I was reading this thing. Oh, there's a hole in there, that's why. There's a hole in it. That's okay though. Alright, let's see what we can do here. We're gonna router the shit out of it. Rags in there. Let's see what this does. go. No turning back. because I don't have all of them done. Dang, that wind's whipping in here. I gotta switch it back to here to do the tops because we're not putting grabs or pulls or whatever on these. We're just gonna cove it out so you can grab the cabinet itself. So we gotta take this back out. Smash my fingers every single time. And hopefully we can get the rest of these done today so I can clear coat them. But if not, well, see, this shuts off when you set it down. That's why I'm not worried about it. All right. Let's see what we got here. Well, we need more than that. You're going to be able to fit your fingers in there really good. But we don't want it too much because that's what happened to me is I made this too deep, which shortened our cabinets up and made it so I couldn't use them. So matter of fact, we're gonna cut this to the same lengths these are so we can practice upstairs with our gauge. I'm gonna cut this quick. You know, sometimes you just gotta be like, fuck you, man. You fucking roach. I knew that was gonna happen. I'm gonna work my saw. First, we're gonna get it on video. I got a cutaway in there on my fence and it grabbed right here and pinched the blade on us. I just want to make sure this is the same. Oh, what the fuck, dude? 19. Idiot. Here, you can watch me right here. Maybe I'll do it again. Pinch. Whoops. I did that the first time. All right, so these are going to be the same size as these. We're just going to chamfer both these sides out, or whatever you want to call it. do, I think, is we're gonna set up the Bridgeport to do this part of it. Because it's gonna be a lot faster for me to do repetitious. Ooh, that looks pretty good right there. But we'll put this in here. We'll drill it in. See, can you guys see me? We'll drill it in. We'll put 2 hinges in there. And then we're gonna put it on the Bridgeport so we can do repetitious stuff. I'm not really sure if I like this or not, but let's see. If we go 2, well, we gotta do 2 of them on here, so let's just see. That's real close, ain't it? Of course, this depth is going to be a little different. You know what? Let's just do 1 for now. Where did those pieces go? See, here's my test piece from before, and this is what we ended up. And that was no bueno because you don't want to see the hinge. So this is the one I'm doing now. Where is the hinge that we just had? They're probably over here. Did I lose all the hinges? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, what the hell? Really? Really, though? I just had them when we moved them over there. Come on, bro. This fucking guy. Well, we'll find them. In the meantime, we'll grab 2 new ones, I guess. An idiot. So, these go just like so. Ooh, that sticks out past there. Actually, it goes here like that. My bad. My bad. This thing has 2 little dots there, too. It does have 2 little dots. But it doesn't come with any hardware to poke them 2 holes. So do we got to make something? Let's look around here. What do we got? The world's smallest drill bit? Is that gonna work? Oh, look at that, hey? But now I need another drill. You know what? Let's take, I don't like that at all, really. Not deep enough. It'll work, I guess. We got 2 screws. Alright, and then it's got these little caps for something or another. What are these caps? Are you supposed to go over that or something? Oh, isn't that just fucking fine and dandy? That'll fall off there, I'm sure. Should we do another one just to make sure we can hold it square? Nah, let's go check it out. Oh, did I do both sides? Idiot. Did I? Yep, that'll work. Let's go upstairs and check out what we got here. Ooh, what the hell? The magnet's strong. So, let's take this thing. We're gonna guarantee to break that off. Let's grab this thing and go check it out. Shall we? We'll see if these damn covers are gonna cover. As long as they cover the hole, that's all we're looking for, you know? 19. And I think there were 17 and 1/8. So inch on each side should give us room to play with if we gotta cut it down. So as you've seen, this is gonna be for the garbage, but I did not put in the handle yet for that because we got to fabricate a handle that goes kind of at an angle. So when you grab it here, it doesn't put all the stress on the front. But let me see here. Where are you? Where are you? All right, so this is what we got. Oh! That looks really fucking good, actually. But I'm glad I did this first because this first hinge is gonna have to go up here because otherwise this hinge will hit. So let's measure that out and mark that. Of course, I don't have a tape measure over here, but we can do this really quick, hey? It's gotta be this big. It's gotta be further than that. Let's square that up even. There. So we got to be that much higher on the first hinge. But if you look here, see my wood's a little bigger than 3/4, so these little tangs on here are gonna have to get bent out. And if I push that on there, you see we're pretty much perfect there and pretty much perfect there. And the only place this is gonna be is up here. Although these are big enough, we could actually have them like that, hey? That don't look bad at all. The fucking light flickering. So we gotta be at least that tall with that hinge. This is the only one that's gonna affect. The rest of these are gonna be shelving, so. Shit. And these ones over here, that's gonna work. We're just gonna have to make sure we're big enough. And I don't think we're gonna be, but we'll see. The thing is with the other side is we're gonna end up not having this. See, this should have been like this. And then flat on the edge side. So that way the pull is at the top and at the bottom, I guess. I suppose we could do that edge too, but that was what was screwing me, is because you're shortening this portion of the cabinet. You're shortening it from here to here, and we lost that length, which made all my cabinets too short, and that sucked. So we had to redo it all. So let's go back down. Ooh, there's a screw there. Hopefully I find them other screws. I'll put this in my pocket. Oh, we're so close. So close. We got the water on, the sink's done. God dang. So so close. Let's see. We'll read some of these when we get down there. What's up, Kevin? Seen you before. Thanks for stopping in. Cruz, we're getting there, Cruz. We're finally getting good weather, too. I was laid up all day yesterday. It didn't make no goddamn sense. So really, I could put... Nah, we're just going to stick to the plan. Don't change it up now. Stick to the plan, stupid. Let's see, what do we got? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in there. Fabian, all the regulars, thanks for coming in. We're going to get back to this. I got to get this done. So, I'm a little leery on this still, but all we got to do is do the top and bottom of this. I should do all of the time. Let's get these sanded. Pinch my finger again. I'm gonna sand these over here because this spot right here is actually where it's for sanding. It's got a downdraft table here, but I always got so much stuff on it. So the other thing we want to do though, before we even sand this, is we want to set up You want to set up that Bridgeport with a jig. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Wow, this stuff is up here. Tool. What the hell this is? Wood. Supposed to be drawers or what? And more garbage too. This, that. These and that and this. Tools. That don't belong here at all. These, some of this, that, garbage, junk, tools. Oh, there's that. I need that. More of this. There's a tape measure. This one is beautiful. Junk, more junk, empty junk. Here's the gear I had to make on the lathe. I fixed it to get it by long enough to make this gear. That was a feat. That was hard to do. For a carpenter to try to do something in 10,000ths and 5/10ths and all that shit, that was hard. All right, let's turn this on. Grab our sander. So we'll do the edges first. This is just garbage. I gotta throw it. The belt sander. Where the heck's the belt sander at? Hello, you fool. Where are you? Where is the belt sander? All right, guys, we gotta play the game. We gotta play where the fuck is it? Damn. I thought we were gonna get away with that, without that. Where, oh where is the belt sander? I mean, it's not that small. This one's broke. There's a bunch of shit right there. God dang, how do I lose this stuff like this? I lost 2 cans of chew this morning. Oh, there it is. And I was about ready to have a canary. Not a baby canary either. A full-blown fucking spaz grown man attack. And then I left the house because I just had them in my hands. I'm like, I'm going across the street. I grabbed my chew, the only thing I really need in life. And I was out the door and I lost them. So I had to go all the way to town for 5 more cans. So who knows where the fuck I put those. But that's the little dumb shit that I do lately. And it drives me fucking mad. All right. We got it. I'm gonna put you guys over here. Probably gonna be a little bit loud though over here, but I guess that's just gonna be how it's gonna be. All right, we'll sand this up. We're not gonna get carried away with it, but throw this here, this here, that there. We got some room. Oh, these are a little bit heavy. Here's the first one. All right, put this in. Put this in. For this one, this one's easy. This just does the hole. Don't do that. That way I don't have to mess around with it. I got, where did I just put them in? Right here. These are some dogs. These would be perfect for this. I'm gonna put in 2 sets of dogs right here. That way I don't have to hold on to this damn thing like that. What size are they? Should be 3/4. I think this is them. Let's do this real quick, okay? See how we can mess this up. Maybe I'll put another set in too here down the line, but damn, I should have did this. I should be using a Forstner bit for this. Really? Oh, there's a fucking metal right there. What the shit? This fucking drill. Oh, mama. We got it, we got it. I don't know what I had in here, but. Okay, let's try this again. Before I was so rudely interrupted. worst things you can do is go back and forth with one of these. This is the right way to do it. Uh-oh. Must be break time. This right here, I'll tell you what. If somebody tried to fucking call me and blocked out my shit here, we're gonna come back.